Hi everyone, welcome back to Kirsty Colouring Sketch. My name's Kirsty. I do a lot of colouring pages on this channel, sometimes a few pet portraits and a little bit of diamond painting thrown in as well. If you're new to my channel, please do hit the subscribe and please thumbs up this video and drop me a comment down below. But this video is going to be all my finished pages from the month of June. So let's get straight into it. So the first few pages are my PDF pages. So these are the pages that I've purchased from Etsy and printed out onto the Tone Tanned Strathmore mixed media paper. It's a bit of a mouthful, but yeah, it's brilliant paper this. I've used watercolour on it, I've used pastel pencils on it, I've coloured pencils go down like a dream, so I just really love it. So this is an illustration by Christine Karron, and I think it's called Crystal at the bottom there. So this was one of the first ones I printed on this tone tan paper this month, and it's just beautiful. I used my Faber-Castell polychromos pencils on this page and it was going down so smooth. I used a block colour in the background and it was going down like a Prismacolor. It was super soft going into the tooth of that paper, and it was so easy. The little background here, the glittery background, that was a Arteza glitter gel pen. They are fantastic. They keep going out of stock on Amazon actually. They're the pack of 18. But I really enjoyed this. Really enjoyed it. Really did. I think I did a bit of it on my channel as my whip and chat on my whip weekend last weekend. I think I was colouring the dress, and then I did a little tutorial video on how I did the crystals. So I did them like multicoloured, and then I popped just some white paint pen around it. I made this into a snowy scene, so I used the white paint pen again to put all these little details in of the snow, and I absolutely love this page. I absolutely love it. I love the hair colour. I'm hoping that I logged the hair colour. I don't know if I wrote down the colours that I used, but I really hope I have, because I want to use this colour again. It was pretty simple. I think it was actually only 2 colours. I can't quite remember what they was. I hope I wrote them down. Oh, I'm just the worst for that. But yeah, really love that page. That was Christine Karron. And then I printed another Christine Karron page because I enjoyed doing that one so much. So then I printed this one off. So this one is called Samba Dancer, and I've put a tutorial video up on how I coloured the skin, because I've struggled for so long doing black skin tones, and this I was proud of. It's not perfect, no it's not perfect, but I really like how it turned out, because I ended up getting the highlights in so her face looks like it's glowing, whereas in the past I've struggled with going too dark and not getting those highlights in. And I'll show you what I mean with a future page that's coming up that I'm going to show you, because I didn't quite get the page that I'm going to show you next quite down to a T. But this one I really do love. I used a watercolour background on this, and the paper loved it. The paper loved the watercolour. Lots of stickles on here as well, on her little pieces. What are they called, these? Because they just slip over your arm, don't they? They sort of start here and stop here. The little thing she's got on. But I put lots of stickles on there. The only thing with the headdress, if you saw, I did pop up a time lapse as well of me completing the rest of this page, and if you saw, I did the actual gems with coloured pencils, and then I went around the outside of them with this sort of turquoise gel pen. I wish I hadn't have done that, because it looked so much nicer without that turquoise gel pen. Perhaps I should have used like a silver gel pen or a gold gel pen, but I feel like that took away from how nicely I coloured the gems with the pencils. If you watch my video back, you'll probably understand what I mean, because you know, the only thing I'm thinking when I watch that video is, oh, I wish I'd have left it without that gel pen. It looks so much nicer without the gel pen. But once you've done it, it's too late. You know, you can't remove gel pen, unfortunately. Or I wouldn't like to try, put it that way. But it's done. She's got lots of glitter on there. She's glamorous. I even put some stickers in the background as well on here. But yeah, I really like that one as well. So that was printed on the same Tone Tan Strathmore mixed media paper. So then we come to this one. So this is a page from the Colorage Wild 5 book. Now I love these books. I love them. They're so cute, they're small, they're manageable. If you just want a quick colouring to do, they don't take very long to complete because of the small square size. The paper's like watercolour paper, so you can throw anything at it, and it's brilliant. But you might be able to see what I mean with the skin on this one, compared to, knocking the page, compared to this one. So you can see how I've managed to get some highlights into the skin, and you can see the different tones to the skin, whereas this I didn't quite manage to get enough highlights in, so it looks quite dull compared to this one. I think I used slightly different colours. I think I thought I was being clever because I'd watched a tutorial on dark skin by Monya Gates. Now I didn't follow the tutorial, but I did notice that one of the undertones that she used was a dark indigo. It was like a dark indigo, so I decided to give that a go, and I put some dark indigo right round the edges of the hairline and into the neck, and then went over the top with my brown, and I think it just took it. It got rid of my highlights and took it too dark, and I didn't leave enough white space to sort of brighten parts up. It just didn't turn out as well as this one, but I'm still learning all the time, you know, still learning. Maybe I need to go back and research some more colour combos for dark skin, and I need to follow a full tutorial, I think, to give it a good practice. But other than that, I really like this page. The background was fun, really fun. I think I used the Prima watercolours. Yeah, it was the Prima watercolours. And then I used a watered down white acrylic paint to splat over the top. Now I did put mine on when the page was still wet, so that we sort of got the white splodges blending in, like merging in, seeping into the paper, should we say. The hair I did as a tutorial that's just gone up this morning on the channel, so if you want to watch how I've coloured an afro hair, go and have a watch of that video, because it's quite sketchy, this illustration. It was quite difficult to try and see where the lines was to get the curls in, but I really like how it turned out. So if you want to colour a page like this, you're not sure how to do the curly hair, head on over to that video. I'll link it in the description of this video actually. But yeah, the rest was polychromos pencils, the little birdie. I thought we'd incorporate some blue from the background into the bird there. I love that one. Got a lot to work on the skin, but I'll keep going. I'll keep trying. We'll get it down to a T one day, one of these days. So the next one was a page by Mariola Budek. So this is from Mariola Budek's set of art, and it's printed on a white cardstock. This one, I think it might be a 180 GSM or 160 GSM, something like that. The background was a really nice colour that really complemented this hair colour on this page, and it was just this one. So it was the Arteza acrylic paint, and it says cold grey, and it's almost got like a bluey green tinge to it, hasn't it? I thought that it really complemented the colours of her hair and the flowers. To get this crisp line, I used a washi tape. So I put a washi tape round the edges of the paper, put the acrylic paint down, and then removed the washi tape, and we got this really nice border. I've done it before on one of my pages. and I thought I would quite like to do that again. In one of my recent videos where I was colouring the Crystal page by Christine Karron, I did mention how I found it hard to colour any sort of lace or any sort of material just like this. So when I got this page, I thought, oh, Christine, you've done it to yourself again. You've picked a page where you're not, you know, haven't got a clue how to colour this. So I thought, we'll just wing it. And at first I had it in my head that I was going to put a bit of a skin colour over the top and then possibly go in with a mint green. And I thought, should I bring the mint green with a hard pressure where we have these dark lines and then just sort of not put any colour in the centre so it's just a peach? And I was thinking about doing a mint green one, and I thought, I just don't know how to go about it. So in the end, I just put the peach colour darkest where we have the sort of material here with the grey sketching, and then a bit paler towards the centre. And then I looked at it and I thought, it still doesn't look quite how I want it to look. So I remembered this sort of effect with the white paint pen that I'd seen once on Colour Me Stress Free's channel, and I've done it a few times myself after seeing her do it, and it just makes it look like this shimmery sort of glittery sheer top. I really like how it turned out, so I did it a bit on the bottom here as well. But I really love that one. I give her blue eyes, lovely blue eyes. But yeah, I love the colours on that one, love the colours. So that was Mariola Budek. Next was Camilla. So you might have seen me do this one on a, was it a colour? It was sort of a colouring chatty type video what I did with Colour Me Stress Free, where we was both on the screen at the same time. You'll be able to find that over on Debbie's channel if you want to watch that back of how I started this page. It's not that one. I've got a tag in, but I always miss it. So it was this one. So I started this on Debbie's channel, and yeah, in this book I've been going for the sort of watercolour effect, because this is Kamatsuda's. I printed this off and I thought I'm going to go for the same sort of effect. I did use coloured pencils on this one, and I sort of was working in light layers, so I was never doing more than a medium pressure, and I was just sort of trying to blend each colour into the next one and then building up and building up on the colours, and that's how they've merged quite well into each other. Yeah, and I'm pretty happy with it. Obviously I didn't follow it to a T with the colours. I've got more yellowish sort of tones around here and a few other things that are different, but you know, this was the inspiration. The inspiration was his. And if you do get this book, or you've got this book, they're all in the back here, so if you want to follow along and look at how he's coloured them, then you can reference them. Here it is, the bunny, then you can reference them, and I really like to do that. I've done it with all the pages I've done in here so far. I mean, what have I done in here so far? And I always give them a name as well. So this one's Rosa. Oh, I did that one, which I've called Axel. I did that one all in watercolour as well, and this was the reference I had printed off. But I do like to do that in this book. I did a snail as well somewhere, I don't know where he's gone, but this was the one from this month anyway, so that's all that matters. And I'll just put my reference back in there. I think I got this from a seller, and I can't quite remember. There's two sellers that I've seen it on Etsy. One was called Chill and Server, but you know, it's quite expensive with the shipping and tax to the UK. And then there was another shop on Etsy called Stationery Corner. Now I think it might have been that one, but that shop is taking a break at the minute. If you type in Stationery Corner on Etsy, it says this shop is taking a short break. So I'm not sure when they'll be back, but if you're in the UK, Stationery Corner, you don't have to pay the high shipping and tax because they're Manchester based. So when that shop does come back on Etsy, we'll be able to get hold of this book and only have to pay about £3 postage. Not ridiculous amounts, but it's just a waiting game for that, unfortunately. The next one was in Dragons and Other Magical Mythical Creatures by Camilla. This is feeling quite thick already, this book, and I've only done a few pages. It's going to be like the Cute and Creepy book, that's really thick. And it is this one. So this one was our lovely dragon page. Watercolour background on this one, and I did do this on the channel as well, so if you want to see how I created that watercolour background, it is on the channel. The actual dragon was really simple. I think I used 2 greens and then 1 yellow. I mixed a yellow into the centre in some areas, but I just thought I want the dragon to be really simple, because of all the detailing in the flowers on the wings. I just wanted to keep it simple. Yeah, I just want to keep it simple as much as that. But look at this page as well. This is gorgeous. This has got the similar florals. Really nice. So I might do this page alternates where I might do a pink purple dragon and a green background, so it sort of works together sort of thing. But yeah, love that one too. It's really good book, this one. Really pretty. So this was my disappointment page for the month. I always get one. You know them pages where you just start and then you wish you hadn't have. Well, I get so stressed out sometimes where colouring doesn't help. That's an emergency vehicle going past our house. But sometimes you're too stressed to colour. Sometimes I'm erratic. I'm so stressed I'm erratic, and I really shouldn't pick up a colouring book and try and be creative when I'm like that. And it was one of them points where I picked up this book. It was going wrong. I didn't like the way it was turning out. I tried to fix it. That went worse. I tried to fix that mess, and that went even worse. And it just turned into one of them pages where it was past the point of return. I couldn't save it, and I don't like how it turned out, but it's done. It's tough. It's done, and we all have them pages. So it is this one. So I don't even know where to start in explaining where I thought this went wrong. I have no words. I have no words. I like the bottom bit. I like the sea. I used a watered down acrylic to do this bit. I wasn't liking how the colouring of the otter went. So I thought, I know, I'll try and put a bit of, highlights with my white paint pen into the fur. Bad move. Bad move. It looked horrific. The background was another disaster. I can't even remember what I did with the background. It was so atrocious. I think I might have started off with a watercolour background that went horribly wrong. Then I tried to cover it up with acrylic paint, and the paper was doing something weird. It was like it had been overworked, just majorly overworked, and it had all this texture in it, and it just looked awful. It looked awful, and I thought, right, let's cover that up with stickles. Yeah, let's cover it up with stickles. Even worse move, because look at it. Oh, I hate it. It's just one of them pages where I'm just going to be like, I don't like it. But it's done. It's done. There's nothing I can do about it. It's very sparkly. But I mean, I hate it. I hate it. And it even came over onto the actual otter. All that stickles there. And I thought, what are you doing, Kirsty? What are you doing? And it was one of my favourite pages, this as well, before I coloured it. But it is what it is, isn't it? It's tough. That was Fragile World by Kirby Rosannes. I'm sure you've all got pages you don't like. And then people might be saying, no, it's not that bad, or I quite like it. But you just know yourself, don't you, when there's a page you don't like, you just don't like it. So this is Anastasia Koltai's Marantine, and I did this one. So I really like this one. I think this was the first page that I coloured this month, actually. Really like how the lily turned out. Lilies are my favourite flowers. and I've actually got some in my living room at the minute because my partner bought me a massive bouquet of roses and lilies for my birthday. And this time there's some white ones, so I've got a mix of these coloured lilies and white lilies, like the pure white lilies, and they're gorgeous. I love them. I think I did some of this on my channel as well. I think I coloured something on here on my channel. I think it might have been the hair, you know. I think I did the hair on the channel. Might have been one of my whip weekends that I did. The background was a soft pastel, pan pastel. The pan pastel red tint, but what I did, because I didn't want it to go down as red, I dipped it in the red tint, pan pastel, and then used a scrap piece of paper to wipe off all the excess until it became this really muted pink tone, and then put it down on the paper because I didn't want anything too vibrant, because I wanted this lily to really pop, so I didn't want the background overtaking that basically. The hair, I don't know if I put the colours on the channel or not. Yeah, if you're interested, have a look on the channel. I might have put what colours I've used for the hair in there, but I wanted it to look like the roots were coming through, so the roots are slightly darker on this one. Lots of white gel pen around the beading again, something I can't help but do. I always have to get the white paint pen on beads, I just can't resist. But yeah, I love that one. It might be my favourite page this month, it might have to be. I love this book though. I've done loads of pages in this book as well. Might complete it soon, you know. Watch this space. That's Anastasia Koltai. Then we have Mouse Guard. So I picked a quick page in this the other night because I was like, I've really not coloured much, and I fancy doing a page from Mouse Guard because I know how quick these pages are to do. So I did this one. How cute is he? So, because they're a nice little square shape as well, and they don't take up the whole page, you know, they're just this little box. They're really quick and easy to do these pages, and I really like to use my Derwent ink tints in these books and then use pencil over the top for shading. I've got a video set to come out on this as well. It's my whip weekend video, so that will be going up tomorrow. So if you want to see how I've put the base down of the ink tints and then how I've shaded with a pencil, watch out for that. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll be notified when that video goes up tomorrow. But yeah, I love this one again, and I like to put the washi tape borders around. This is a washi tape border. I like to do that with these pages because it's just so much fun. I know I was cutting off some of the design, but because it's a bit translucent, you can still see like where it is. But even if you can't, it doesn't really matter, does it? Doesn't really matter. But I love it. Yeah, so this was ink tints with Faber-Castell polychromos pencils over the top. This was white paint pen, which I just did a few little floral things dotted around. I did use a bit on the whiskers just to create a bit of highlights, and that was it. It was really easy, that page, really easy, really easy. So I think I've done 3 pages in here now. But that's it. That's it. That was Mouse Guard. That's by Madeleine Peterson as well. So the last thing to show you, I might have to bring the camera up, is just how far I've got with my diamond painting. So you might have seen a few videos of me doing the Anastasia Timisa, is it called? So I've done a bit more. I'll grab it. Oh, this is big. So I've done a bit more on this now. I've been working a bit more on it. So we've got the full wolf's head finished now. The full wolf's head complete. And then we've just got this section here, which I've been working on. And then I can move up again. Then I can roll my canvas back a bit more and start working in the middle section. But yeah, so you can see on here, this is the illustration. So we've got the full wolf's head there now, what I've done. So yeah, there's still lots to go on this. It's massive, 56 by 104. But I'm hoping now, because we've just done June's finished pages videos, that I can work on this a bit more before starting some more colouring pages for July. So yeah, I'm really impressed with that. So please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, hit that notification bell, then you can be notified when I put my latest videos up. Thank you for watching everyone. See you in the next one. Bye.